What's up, people? Welcome back to the channel. We got some I don't want to say it's anything too interesting because I guess, like, since we don't have any big events, there's not really there's not anything outside of like the ban list that's really like moving kind of crazy. I mean, they're all like, there are some other cards that maybe don't have anything to do with the meta. There's some reprint speculation announcements maybe after I get some more info. I might do a market watch, more on with those reprints. But for now, let's go. I got a couple cards here that I picked out that I want to go over, starting with Tri Brigade Fractal. Here's there's not anything too crazy moving with this card, but I do feel that if there's a new rogue deck to to kind of come in contention, I would very much say that is the Tri Brigade deck. Whether it's Tri Brigade by themselves with the birds, getting like not only did they get are they able to play the bird package again, but having tanky back very much makes the deck super consistent. Just drawing Fractal alone gets you into a very good combo to where you could. I think just Fractal by itself, you end up with two interruptions. Yeah, because you get into with the double Dragon Lords, and then I mean, yeah, because if to get Appaloosa, you need more monsters, but you can end up with at least you have one Tri Brigade, you have the double Dragon Lords, and then you'll have the set Revolt. So just this one card by itself gets you two interruptions, which is very good. The price is starting to kind of bump up just a little bit. We see a little small bump right here, 319, 320. So it's about like with the shipping, it's $4. So we're looking at $4 with shipping for the Prismatic Fractal. The original Ultra Rare, which I do like. That one's more of really still trending down. Not a lot of people really going for it. But it's kind of similar price. You got this one right here for for 232, but once it's gone, 230, 250. Yeah. So like, I mean, you got a couple of them out from a couple sellers that have this guy has 1500. This guy has a lot, but he only has one. Once you get to here where people have like some good quantities, you got someone with 61 at 374. So you're looking at, so this is like this is probably like $3 to $4. Either way, they're both $3 to $4. If you want the higher rarity, I would just go and pick these up now. This also, I'm also mentioning that just Fractal by itself also gets you into F0 if you have one of the birds in your hand. Like, depending on which bird in your hand. So if you have Fractal and a bird, that's also like instant F0. So there's a lot of combo lines that this card enables, especially whether it's a pure or some kind of combo version. So we'll just go and keep our eyes out. Another card that I did not know was this expensive was the original secret rare Tri Brigade. I keep the Omen. I don't know why I keep thinking it's something else, but yeah, we just call this Omen, the Tri Brigade Omen. This guy right here, 850, 853, 855, $9. So it's people got a couple copies up here for 850, but for the most part, we're looking at about $9 near mint first, $9 to $10. So this right here, it says 11, but like there's a couple copies that are still out there that you could get them for, like, you get them for 9, but for the most part, you look like you're paying about $10. There is a very easy version to get. The reprint is very abundant, but it is like a solid $2 right now. I did not know these were a solid 2. I remember for a while I had a couple of these, and I think they went up. They went up to like to 3-ish, and I thought they were gonna go higher. So I gotta look at my stuff. I think I might have a little stack of these, but these right here are holding up on a solid 2. There's only two printings. There's the original, and then there's this version. And this is the what I like about this card is not only is it good for the Tri Brigade deck, obviously, but it's also a good target for Ultimate Slayer. It's if you if you run Flaunderies, or you run Scareclaw, or you run Tri Brigade, you could side in Ultimate Slayers, and then this card becomes like a instant get. You're able to get rid of a Link monster, and you could search something from your deck depending on how many are banished. So this is all a very good target for Ultimate Slayer. So it has that second use over here. Okay, so Tri-Brigade, Farigite the Baron Blossom. I had so much more faith in this card. I thought this card was gonna be very expensive. I'm 100% sure that I have a little stack of these, but yeah, they're nothing crazy. 195, 195, $2 heavily played. So it's not really that hard to get this card. I thought it was gonna be crazier, but yeah, nothing crazy going on here. Scareclaw though. Scareclaw stuff is starting to go up. These were about $5. I had someone ask me for a whole bunch of Scareclaw stuff, and I unfortunately did not have the Tri-Heart. I wish I did, but yeah, they were about five. Yeah, like at 440 a couple of days ago, and now we're going up, and we're at 548. Well, that's like 548, 424, 517, 433. Oh no, well these actually stay at the same price. There was a couple that had sold recently, but for the most part they're kind of sticking over here. Never mind. But either way, if you have these and they're just laying around and you thought they're worthless, they are actually not worthless. I'm not 100% just convinced about this deck, but it does have potential. All right, it does have potential. It does have cards that are you didn't even know had value right here. You have the 248, 249. So these are about 350. It's about $3. These are like about a solid $3 right here. So if you have the Ryan chart, whatever we're just gonna call it that. All right, Scareclaw Arrival. Now, don't let that fool you. I was worried about that. They're actually about $1.39. So, but it's still if you have these laying around, I'd go and pick them out because there are people that are looking for um, play sets. There are people that are looking for the Scareclaw core right now, just to kind of try them. Like with the Tri-Brigade, you got an extra tanky. So if you have these laying around, this could be some quick value. Well, there's the 139, 149. Yeah, they're about like $1.50. So if you get, there's a lot of people here. If you're able to get $5, you can get these just for 150. So let's see if you like this guy, if you need 3 of them, that's almost $5 right there. So you just gotta find something else and you get free shipping. So yeah, $1.50 for Scareclaw Arrival. That's very interesting. All right, and Scareclaw Lightheart, this right here, I was surprised. I thought these were like 10 cents. No, they're a dollar. With the shipping, they're $2. So maybe if you could check on this guy's page, if all right here, check on his page if you need 3 of them, and if he has the other Scareclaw stuff, you can probably easily get over $5 and get all this stuff with free shipping. So yeah, so these right here, solid $1. So if you have these, pop them out, put them in your trade binder. That'd be some easy trade value. So here's one thing that I should have put this over here. I forgot, I messed up on that one, but I just wanted to show that the Tri-Brigade core right now, super cheap, super cheap. This right here is kind of, oh, I don't know why that's a lot of money. Well, that's not a lot of money, but this really shouldn't be that right now. But look at this, 40 like 65 cents, 45 cents, 24 cents, 40 cents. You could hollow this entire deck out for a very low price. Like you could get the core for pretty low. Like the most expensive thing is gonna be the freaking fractal. That's the most expensive. You don't need this. You get the ultra rares. Get them at $1. So yeah, this is a good time to get this core. If you're looking to build this deck and you feel it feels gonna be a good rogues option, because I'm with the birds, it could be a good rogue option. Like especially if you're able to make it to where you could play from your banish, then you could go ahead and play stuff like Dimensional Fissure to combat the Trailman and the Shizu. So there are plays and there are ways. So there we go. Okay, all right. So Sprite Blue. This is another deck that I feel might actually benefit from this list. This list, I hear a lot of people flip flopping between, is it emergency, is it this, is it that. I don't think of it as an emergency ban list. I feel this is more of a regular ban list that Konami just happened to, because I mentioned in a video I mentioned a video before the ban list that I filmed before the ban list came out. It came out on the day of the ban list, but in that video I mentioned that if Konami doesn't want to do an emergency ban list, then they are gonna need to release a ban list by the end of the year. That's what I said. I said they needed to release some kind of ban list that's like a slap on the wrist by the end of the year. Me and Konami were like on the same page kind of, but they're like, no, we're gonna do it in the beginning. Well, they're, instead of at the end of the year, they're gonna do it at the beginning of the last month of the year. So And also too, I kind of hoped it was going to be a little bit harder hit on the tier Shizu. I kind of was hoping for like them to come to their senses, like, okay, we're gonna like maybe more of an emergency ban list style, but at the same time, the cards that they brought back, I want to give them like a B plus. Like there's like, cause like getting rid of Mystic Mind, awesome, thank you. But then Curious made no sense, and then it's like, okay, you got rid of the Herald, but then all the other stuff is still legal. Then now they're able to run. They could run the Talonite, you know, Ptolemaeus, but then now we could run Ptolemaeus with, and then they could, yeah. So it was more of like, we're gonna give you a lot of stuff, but some of that stuff could be used by Chairman and Shizu, and we're gonna take away their ability to stop your play one shifter. So it yeah, yeah. So it was like a list that was like that was like E-ban, but it was not E-ban. Like it was like it was brought out like it was an emergency ban list, but once you got into the cards, it was just a regular ban list. So that's, I guess that's how I describe it. That's my little random rant. But yeah, so Sprite Blue, this is another deck that I feel is gonna benefit from this list because Sprite doesn't need the graveyard. I mean, the Sprite wants the graveyard, but Sprite monsters could combo off, and then they could like exceed. They could just exceed. So it's like, they could, instead of going into Elf first, they're gonna go into Gigantic. Then they're gonna, they have Dimensional Fissure on the board. They're gonna go into Gigantic. Then they're gonna detach Gigantic. It's not gonna go. It's not gonna get banished. It's gonna go to the graveyard, and then then they're gonna be able to combo off from there. So I just there's decks that could play around certain banishing cards. I mean, of course, if they have Macrocosmos, it doesn't matter. The cards are going to go to the graveyard. If they're under Shifter, cards are going to go to the graveyard. But with Dimensional Fissure, I think like if they XYZ, I don't think that's I don't think it's considered. Yeah. I'm not. Damn. I'm over here like I'm ranting, and then I'm freaking doubting myself. We're just gonna move on, but I'm pretty sure that's how that one works. All right. The last two cards I want to talk about, speaking of banishing, was the Cast Steerer cards. Unicorn, bam! Look at this. These were $8. I was a fool. I should have picked these up. I was not talking about them. I wasn't caring about them, but a little voice in me was like, maybe you should pick up one. Maybe you never know. But you know what? I'm not. I wasn't even planning on playing this. I'm still not planning on playing this. I'm just angry that I didn't freaking pick up a set. And yeah, look at this. 14, 20, 21. These are like solid $20 cards right here. That's 14 with $5, 19. It's $20. $20 to $22. You go to freaking your locals, they're probably going to charge you 22. This is freaking crazy. I did not mention this in my other video, but this is another combat to the tier element Shizu. Banishing stuff face down, getting rid of anything, whether it's extra deck, whether it's cards in the field, that really hurts the Ishizu. And next set, they're supposed to be getting some real good stuff, and I don't know. I kind of wish Konami would have brought back some Dragon Ruler stuff to that would have been nasty. The more level 7s aboard, but yeah, that would have been cool. But yeah, just I don't know, man. I completely dropped the ball on this one. I've been too busy paying attention to other stuff. But yeah, Cast Your Unicorns. If you bought this and you just had these, or you pulled these and you were mad that you weren't able to get your Fenrirs, just know that these now, they have shot up. If you kept them, you won. And the last card we're going to talk about is the card itself, Fenrir. It is starting to go up. I told you guys, if you're planning to play this format, if you're planning to play this meta, you have no choice. I very much understand. Like, I get it. Like, there's some cards that are ridiculously overpriced, but you also gotta understand where I'm coming from. Is I come from I played Yu-Gi-Oh when I was young, so like some of that other stuff, like like beginning Yu-Gi-Oh, like I understand how hard it is to get cards, and then when I got to playing competitive Yu-Gi-Oh, like I played during like the wind-up eras, the freaking the Dragon Roll eras. Like I understand expensive cards, right? I under like there's also people that the people that I know who played in the eras before me who understand even more expensive cards. Like, it is not this right here paying for a card. I just don't like it that this is not like a draw power card. It's not like a hardcore boss monster card. It's like Panka Chops on crack. You know, it's pink, but it's better, and you know, and like that's, and I guess we need some more support because the one thing about Panga Chops is it came from a really kind of like a really bad deck. So and this one is coming from a deck that potentially might actually throw its hat in the meta for a lack of terms. So I guess a little bit different, but this is just a better Pango Chops, and I do not like paying this much money just for a card that I need to break boards. Like maybe unless it's like Lightning Storm because of just how I guess because Lightning Storm's a card to where they're probably going to release it and then they'll shape the meta to where you need a card like Lightning Storm, and then I guess that's somewhat understandable. But this is like draw. This is like I want to pay this for my draw power card. Like this is a lot of money. But at the same time, I remember oh, you want to play freaking Rescue Rabbit? Well, they're like $150 a copy, and you're sitting here like, well, $450 just for my playset, and that doesn't count my extra deck or anything. And then I'm, like, and now I guess the adult in me is like, oh, well, this ain't the worst, because this rate, like, well, you're paying $180 for your set. Like back then, like I don't know. At the same time, Rescue Rabbit like in that format, like if you like resolving that card puts you in so much of an advantage. Like with this one, resolving this card depending on the board they have puts you in the advantage. If your opponent has a really crazy board, then you are not you're not really breaking all that. At least with the Rescue Rabbit, you got yourself either a Monster Negate or a Omni Negate. So okay, man, I'm ranting over here about stuff I don't need to rant. We're just gonna end it there. Super expensive, $62. If you need to play the meta, there's no events right now, so I don't recommend just going all crazy and everything. Maybe actually people are gonna start posting them and the price might start crashing. Well, not crashing, but it might start going down a little bit because people might just start posting them. But at the same time, we have the new support, so the hype might just stay up. So the hype, like it's like the hype for the card is probably gonna like kind of combat with the whole we don't have any events. But then once we get events, boom, I think this card's gonna shoot back up. So if this is maybe it'll drop to like $50. Maybe it'll drop 10, $12, go down to a solid 50. But then once we get back in a regional season, and if this deck, especially if this deck is even if it's slightly playable, it's gonna shoot back up to this price or even higher because people are gonna need the 3 copies. They're gonna need to break the boards. We're gonna be in that we're in that meta already to where we need a we have like we're probably gonna go and well we're already in that meta kind of, but like where floodgates are very much gonna be into dominant, whether you're playing rogue or you're playing top tier. And this right here, target one face up card, your opponent controls, banish it. It doesn't matter what it is, it takes care of it. So that's why it's expensive. And yeah, that's it. Sorry guys, I went on very ranty, and a couple of long unnecessary rants, but it's all right. It's we're chilling here, man. Thanks for stopping by. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We still got the giveaway going on. Peace out, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.